sorted. Right. Hi everyone. Welcome to my channel. You're all new here, so welcome. I thought it would be a good chance for my first video to do a bit of a get to know me whilst I get ready. So I think I have everything here, including a hot cup of tea because it is cold, and I am freshly showered. Hair is done. So I thought I'd start with some of my skincare, and then we will get into some makeup. This sort of makeup is what I would do on a day-to-day when I am going out and about, or when I've got work. Generally, when I don't have work, I will not wear any makeup because I am lazy and I don't sleep. So let's get started. I've got my mirror here. I've also got a little Trixie Cosmetics hand mirror. Beautiful. Let's get started. So take glasses off. So to start with, I generally go in with an eye cream. This is the Glow Recipe Guava Vitamin C Bright Eye Gel Cream. I have been using this for a while, and I've recently noticed that they have changed the texture of this. It used to be a lot thicker, more of a cream. It's a lot more of a gel now. So I think it is a lot easier to get out of the container. I always used to see a lot of complaints about people not being able to get it out of the jar. Next up we have Paula's Choice. This is the toner that I use generally in the evening, but I'm going to use it in the morning today. This is the Skin Perfecting 2% BHA liquid exfoliant. So I find this really good. It's kind of like a syrupy gel, and I find it quite good for minimizing pores because, unfortunately, I have really big pores. Normally, a lot of people will just use a cotton pad, but I tend to just put it all through my hands and slap her on. Next up, we have got a few serums. So, through the daytime, I tend to use a little bit of the Strawberry BHA Pore Smooth Blur Drops. They are, and I mix that with a little bit of the BHA and AHA Salicylic Serum from Glow Recipe as well. As you can see, I am a little bit of a fan of the Glow Recipe. It's simple, it's easy, and I do find it quite effective actually. They're all on and rubbed in. Perfect. Then, finally, I have the Glow Recipe Cloudberry Bright Moisture Cream. This is recently a new release, and I actually have fallen in love with it. As you can see, I've used quite a bit, and you don't need much. What I find is it makes the skin feel really tight and firm. It's not heavy. Feel quite snatched. So, it's really nice. And I tend to use this more at night, but I think it would be quite a good base, to be honest. And then, as a little bit, I haven't really used these much, but I thought I would try them. It is the De-Bronzy Anti-Pollution Sunshine Drops from Drunk Elephant. I got these with my beauty loop from Mika actually. This is one of the probably should have shaken that. Let's see if this makes me a greasy pig. Don't forget the neck. I am not sure. Very glowy. I guess we'll wait and see how the makeup sits over top of it. The jury's out. Let me know your thoughts. You guys use it? I'm not sure. Look, shake before use. Maybe that's part of my issue. Right, so that is skincare done. I'm just going to write that on my pants. Right, so I went and collected some of my makeup. I went and actually bought a few new ones the other day because I felt like I needed some new bits and pieces to play with. So some of this is new, some of this I use all the time. So this is a little bit of experimental, but I guess we will wait and see how we go. So this is one I picked up the other day. This is the NYX the Face Glue Gripping Primer. It definitely does look like PVA glue. Do we have a cap? Oh, we don't. Oh, hope you guys caught that flirp. I've been seeing this online quite a bit, and people seem to like it. Is it a little bit gimmicky? But we'll try it anyway, and we'll see. I thought it was time to start a channel. Something I've wanted to do for a wee while now. Yeah, but why not give it a go? See if people are interested in me. What I guess, yeah, whether people are interested in me and my life and what I've got to say. But yeah, I thought it would be a good chance to do it. I've been thinking about it for a while, and no time like the present, I guess. So, getting to know me, I am Riki, and I am 34. What do I want to start with? Oh, I am 34, and I live in New Zealand. I don't know if you caught the accent or not. A lot of people say it is quite strong, especially when I talk to people from overseas. I don't notice it. My partner does. He's English, so I notice his accent, and he always takes a piss out of how I say some things. Yeah. Oh, by the way, this is the Glossier one I use all the time. Concealer in the shade Light 4. So, and I'm just using an old Morphe brush that I've had for ages, and just do a bit of circling. Anyway, yeah, I live in New Zealand. I have been a hairdresser for the past 19 years. I left high school really early to become a hairdresser because I was interested in, and get my own salon in, when was that? That was in 2022. Prior to that, I had been working for myself, kind of like a rent-a-chair contractor. Oh, by the way, I'm going to use a beauty blender. I'm just dampening it a little bit with the NYX Face Glue, the new setting spray. Don't tend to use really wet beauty blenders. I just tend to dampen them a little bit with a setting spray, and we're just going to blend that out. Definitely one of those things where you got to trust the process. Anyway, so yeah, I've had my salon since 2022, which I really enjoy. Yeah, like I said, prior to that, I was just contracting, renting a chair, which I really enjoyed. But I'm one of those people that likes to continue to challenge myself because I get a little bit bored. So maybe like itchy feet, new challenge, yeah. And so it was something I'd been thinking about, getting my own space, and the right opportunity came up. A girl wanted to have a bit of a change, and I wanted to as well, so it worked out perfectly. Cleaning this out a little bit more with my fingers, double check. Not bad, actually. I'm gonna put another layer on just underneath because someone didn't sleep very well last night. We have, me and my partner Harry, we have a rescue greyhound. We've had her for about 3 years as well, actually. We got her just after I bought the salon, who doesn't need lots of responsibilities. And she sometimes likes to go to the toilet at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. So, 3:33 this morning it was that she wanted to go to the toilet. So that was a lot of fun. But on the whole, she's just delightful. She's very sweet. Hopefully I will get to show you her at some stage. She has gone away to Grandma's house. Grandma has been away in Rarotonga. And Grandma has lots of... Right, I think we're good. So, next up, we're going to actually try the new... Well, this is new to me actually. Made by Mitchell's Sheer Skin Tint. Normally, I use the Glossier in Light 4 Stretch Fluid Foundation. And I find it actually goes really nice. But I thought I would try this since it's a new, and we'll see how we go. I'm just not sure if it will have the coverage I am looking for. So let's see. Pour a little bit on here. It's probably a little bit too much. I absorbed quite a bit of that actually. Actually. Have a look. So hope you like our wee setup in the studio. Harry actually helped me put this together today. So it was a bit of a rush job, but I'm hoping not too bad, and I'm hoping that the picture and sound quality are okay. I'm not sure. Anyway, we set this up today. It has been a bit of a rush job. I thought no time like the present because I had been procrastinating a little bit. So I'm hoping that everything looks okay and sounds okay. Maybe I can fix some of the issues that crop up in future videos or with editing. Don't forget the ears. Just a little bit to blend. We try and blend it down also with the facial hair as well. Hopefully we don't get too much in there, otherwise it can look a bit funny, but we kind of have to blend in a bit. Very shiny. Coverage is done. Medium to sheer coverage, which because it's a sheer tint. Little bit on the neck, always up and behind the ears. Yeah, so the studio was pretty rushed and thrown together, but we're just going to take it as it comes, see how we go with it. And if we have any issues, yeah, like I said, I can fix a few of them in the editing. That's all very new, so fingers crossed I can learn. Yeah, I think we need another layer on the neck as well. What do you reckon? Not too bad. Definitely something you could wear every day, because it is very sheer, and you could actually just put it on with your hands as well. You wouldn't actually necessarily need to use beauty blender. Blend right down. Always got it on the collar. We're definitely gonna have to powder this bitch. Right, put it over there. I don't know about this. Ooh, should we? I think what we might do first is actually do a bit of bronzing and contouring. Now, normally I always use a powder because I'm a bit of an oily girl, and I don't know, I've just never been really confident about using a cream bronzer. But when I bought the Truth Tint, I also got, in that Made by Mitchell, the Blush Balm, which is the cream bronzer in the shade Hello There. So I'm gonna give it a go. I'm fucking nervous, by the way. I need this one. And we'll do this first, and then I think we'll powder afterwards. Right, let's. Oh god. I think that tint almost feels like a serum. It is not staying. It's just moving around. could be because, what did I use first? It could be, primer should be okay. Right, anyway, we'll keep going and we will wait and see. So we're going to and down there, right here. Oh Jesus, this is just looking okay here. There, right. I think. What do we reckon? Right, let's blend and see. Hopefully, I can fix this. Oh, it's very sheer. I probably could have gone with the shade darker, I reckon, but this might be a good base for some powder to go on top, actually. Blending out alright. My only concern is how this is going to wear throughout the day, especially if you're oily like me. So I guess we would just have to wait and see. I feel like I would have to, oh, don't forget the neck. I feel like we would have to powder quite a bit throughout the day. And what can happen, well, in my experience with me, there is if I have to powder too much throughout the day, I end up just looking a bit cakey. So it's either Grease City or I am cakey. So it's not looking too bad. I wonder how it looks on camera. It's not too bad. It's very shiny, but I haven't powdered yet. So let's do a bit of powdering next and we will see. Cup of tea before it goes cold. Another slurp. I am a Earl Grey tea drinker. Earl Grey is probably my favourite, thanks to my nana and granddad introducing it to me when I was a kid. Yeah, so. No, that's not what I want. Oh, I did. I am going to use this new Morphe brush. A little while ago, S200 Slanted Sculpting. So it's a contouring brush, but I've actually been using it to set my face with the Kosas powder in Feathery Cloud Set. This is fairly new to me, and I quite like it actually. It's one that I got from Mecca a wee while ago. I had seen it quite a bit on Schmick Schmock, and I thought it was quite good from what people were saying. I checked the reviews as well, and it was pretty good. So, this tint is particularly shiny. Honestly, I powder everywhere because if I don't, it does not stay on my face. And by the end of that, especially I'm working in the salon on clients, blow drying everything, it ends up running down to my neck. So I powder quite a bit. Sometimes it can look a bit much to start with. And sometimes it can look a bit too much to start with, but it doesn't take much to soften in. And also with a setting spray as well, it can take away that chronic stuff. Yeah, so my salon is, I work in there 4 days a week, and I have recently taken on a contractor, which is exciting. So this is the first stylist working in the salon alongside me. Prior to that, I have worked all by myself. Which has been a lot of fun, but I think it would be nice to share my space, and I also think it helps broaden your knowledge, and you can, I guess, what am I trying to say here? You can help sort of like ideas, if you have any issues in salon with clients or colour, because yeah, sometimes my ideas don't always work out, or they're not always the best way forward. I'm just using one of these little Glam Raider triangles to do underneath the eye just to help smooth out some of that creasing. Not bad. Sometimes it creases, sometimes it doesn't. I think it just depends on the day. I'm yet to find a concealer that doesn't crease. Maybe it's just my eyes. Is it? Maybe it's just my eyes, but I'm yet to find a concealer that gives me decent coverage, that doesn't go cakey throughout the day and crease. This new glossy one is not bad. It's probably one of the ones I have found that creases the least. But as if anybody's got any recommendations, let me know below. Maybe I just need to get some work done underneath the eyes. Anyway, right, I don't think I'm bronzed enough. So what I'm going to do is use a little bit of powder, because I don't know if I want to do a second layer of this. Ooh, need some tea. Didn't slurp that time. So I am going to use, this is the Trixie Cosmetics Flower Power Bronzer in Peace Out Poppy. Really like this one because you've got a couple of different shades and a little bit of a shimmer in there as well, which you can totally use by itself as a highlighter, or you can use each individual shade, or you can smush them all together. That's generally what I do. What I find though is it's very pigmented, so you don't need much. So I tend to swirl around and then try and get a little bit off. Back of the hand a little bit, excess. And we're just going to go around the edges just to try and add a little bit of colour and a little bit of contouring. I always feel a lot better when I'm a little bit more bronzed and yeah, got a little bit more colour, because unfortunately I am a very pale girly, English descent, so we are a pale family. Interesting though, my partner is English and him and his family are so bronzed, and it does not take much for them to bronze in the summer. I would have thought I would be able to get a lot more bronze than them, considering they are very much English, but yeah, a little bit jealous, but what can you do? Right, that is starting to look a little bit better all the way down. I haven't been hitting that microphone, sorry guys if I have. Get underneath there, into the beard a little bit to blend up in the hairline. And what I like to do is just get a little bit across the top of the eyes, just to give them a bit of colour. Across the top of the nose. Let's have a look. Not bad. I am still feeling a little bit shiny. Wonder what it's looking like on camera. Shiny? I don't know. I guess we don't want to be too flat and matte, otherwise we end up looking cakey. Right, next, what I normally do is eyebrows. So, I normally tint and shape my eyebrows myself, because when I want them done now, and I don't like to wait. So sometimes they look good, sometimes they don't, but we can always fix them with a little bit of powder. Just on those days off, they don't look so flash sometimes. Anyway, I am using the cocoa powder from Pink Honey in Ebony 04. As you can see, I've used this for years. I'm getting very low, so I'm going to need a new one. I'll get that out of the way because I need to be closer for these brows. So a little bit of powder, a little bit of combing, and I just want to fill them in a little bit. My eyebrows, as you can probably see, I like them a lot darker than my natural eyebrows would be. My hair is pretty much all natural. I do have some blondie silvery tips in there, I put them in a few weeks ago because I wanted to play around with some colour that I got given. So I threw some lightener through the tips, and then I've been playing with a few toners actually. So at the moment this is sort of a silvery. I don't know if it picks it up on camera at all. Yeah, but I quite like it actually. When I first started hairdressing, I used to colour my hair all sorts of different colours. I think that's just rite of passage. When you become a hairdresser, you try a bit of everything, and then once you've tried a bit of everything, you tend to find your normal. And for me, my natural colour is not bad. I am starting to get a few little silveries coming through, so we'll see how that goes. I'm kind of not minding it. And also, having pretty much all your natural hair colour is you don't have any, well, bugger all maintenance apart from a haircut, which is not bad. I'm going back to my brows. So I tend to have them a lot darker than natural, only because even though my hair's got a little bit of depth to it, my eyebrows never did. So they are almost non-existent if I don't do something with them, e.g. tint them. So that's what I do. And I've always quite liked a strong brow. Not bad. I've always liked a strong brow, so I have just gone with it, to be honest. And I don't think they look too unnatural, but to be honest, if they do, I don't really care, because this is the way I like them, and even on both ends. Yeah, so this is all I generally do day to day. I did tint them last weekend. We are filming on a Monday. Bullshit. What is it when we're doing eyes, whether it's mascara or doing my brows, we always end up, fuck, don't panic, stop panicking. Did we fix it? I think so. Anyway, what was I saying? Sorry if it swears, that is just me every now and then. I think you're fucking up these brows. Far too big. No, not bad actually. We might just, I've had a little bit of hair fall in there, so we just need to fill in. Got it. Fill that in. Right, I need to leave them alone because I am messing them up. Now, depending on whether I have tinted them recently or not, I generally go in with this Benefit Gimme Brow. This is Brow Volumizing Fiber Gel. Got a little bit of colour in it. This is colour 5, so it's fairly dark. First, this kind of sets them, and if I haven't tinted them and I've got a bit of regrowth coming through, this hides it until Riki can be bothered tinting them. Because having a salon is quite a lot of responsibility. I do everything myself, which I do love, but it takes up a lot of my time. I do probably spend a lot more time there than I do at home. When I bought the salon, everybody said to me it was a lot of hard work, which is fine. I've always worked very hard and enjoyed working very hard because I believe that's just what you've got to do to create your own success and destiny. And we didn't come from a highly blessed background, so I have had to always work to get anything that I want and need. So I was quite prepared for the work. Oh, funny bone, not actually funny. I was quite prepared for the work in the salon, but I don't think I was quite mentally prepared for how much of a toll it would take and how much, I guess how much that mental, that mental strain, how it can reflect through into your physical. So I have certainly learned a lot going into being a business owner. How important rest is productive, I have learned, rather than it being lazy. Time management, I always thought I was pretty good at time management, but having the business, I've had to tighten that up a little bit. Anyway, I'm just using the lightning powder in Hourglass. This is dim light. I don't know about this. So expensive, and I don't know if it makes much of a difference. But anyway, we're gonna stick it around here. This is where I get oily the most, and I was hoping it would brighten up my underneath the eyes a little bit. This is just an old Morphe brush on the nose. She is oily, oily, oily. Maybe up here in the T-zone. I don't know about this. I just don't. For the price, I think we can do better than that. Going back to owning the salon, it takes a massive toll on you, and so you really have to learn a lot of like coping mechanisms and finding the right support. It's been very interesting, but I do enjoy it, and I'm hoping now having a new team member come on board will hopefully lighten the load a little bit, take a little bit of that stress off. So I guess we've just got to wait and see. Lip balm on, my lips are dry. This is Fenty. This is the, I've had it for ages, so the writing's starting to come off. I think it's like a lip mask. I just use it as a lip balm, and it's quite delicious and thick. I really love the packaging. They always do such a good job with packaging. Got a little bit of a gold fleck to it, so gives you a little bit of shimmer. Yeah. So more tea. I need to vape. I vape, by the way, so you may see in my videos me having a chaff. We are going to chaff away in the studio. I have vaped for about 3 years now. I started vaping when I gave up smoking. That is Greyhound Winnie here. I smoked since I was about 15. Loved smoking, but yeah, I thought it was probably about time to give up. As much as I didn't want to, after, God, how many years was I smoking for? Maybe about 17 years I'd smoked for. And I was a good smoker. It was probably something that I was really talented in. And I smoked a lot. I would have called myself a heavy smoker, and yeah, after probably about 17 years, I really was starting to notice the effects of smoking. So both, well, pretty much just physically. Yeah, probably the cough was certainly there. The struggling to breathe. I used to get chest pains, especially if I had gone out, coffee and a durry with a friend, or if I had been drinking. We always know that when we have a drink, we always tend to smoke far too much. Smokers, if you know, you know. And I would wake up the next day with chest pains. So I thought that was probably not a very good thing. And also in New Zealand, cigarettes go up by 10% every year. So as long as I've smoked, they have the government to put them up, 10% every year. And when I first started smoking, you could get a pack for about $12, and now you pay $60, and that is just too much. So I think, because both physically it was hurting me and it was certainly hurting the wallet, it was time to stop. But for me, I'm certainly one of those people that I am all or nothing, and I would say I probably have quite a negative personality. So it was something that I probably just couldn't give up cold turkey, so I needed something. So vape was the next option for me. I know it's probably not any better than smoking. Who knows? It hasn't been around long enough for us to know. But I'm kind of a believer that anything that we inhale into our bodies like that, into our lungs, is probably not good for us because we're just not meant to. So I have been vaping for the last couple of years. It is hopefully something I will put away at some stage. I have slowly cut down the strength of the nicotine. That's one thing I've done. So I have a very small amount of nicotine in these, and I'm hoping that one day soon we can just give it up. But when that day is going to come, who bloody knows? So, just did mascara with my gob wide open. I have just picked up the Tower 28. This is just in black. This is a tubing mascara. I really like a tubing mascara because I find that if I don't, throughout the day, I end up with it all underneath. So, yeah. Right, so I think we are looking pretty good. This is what I would normally wear on a day-to-day basis. Like I said, when I am going to the salon, working, going out, maybe I might put a little bit more bronzer on, maybe do an eye look, maybe. But yeah, we will finish off with, I picked this up as well, the NYX face glue. It also goes with the NYX face glue. So we will see how this goes, and we will. Got a nice spray, a little bit. I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? Obviously, we're still waiting for this to dry. Need to get one of those fans rather than my hand. Not bad. What does this say? 24-hour wear. Does say that it is transfer resistant makeup setting. So we will wait and see how much transfer we have on this t-shirt. I don't know. I'm not sold, guys. I'm really not sold. I'm feeling a bit shiny. Anyway, thanks for joining me on my first video on my YouTube channel. I hope to do more as soon as I can, and hopefully we can improve the set, the lighting, the sound. Let me know in the comments below if you have got any recommendations on things that I can get to help improve. Especially sound and lighting, I think, would probably be a really good thing I may need to improve on, but I guess we will wait and see. Yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. I hope you've enjoyed getting to know me a little bit. Maybe I concentrated on the makeup and products a little bit more than getting to know me, so maybe next time I will talk a wee bit more about myself so you guys can get to know me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share with your friends, and I will see you on the next video. Bye guys.